Good morning, Fantastic 10. I am very excited to see everyone for our first scrimmage this Saturday at 10 a.m. Thanks to all who came out and braved the cold last night for a small practice. And I certainly apologize for some of that confusion there last minute, as we didn't think we'd have one, but then decided to try and put something small together. So we missed everybody that could not make it. I did explain to the kids last night that I do think we're going to have our best season of soccer ever, but we got to be smart about it. And the three things that I asked them to focus on, or that we are going to focus on, is communication. And by that, I don't just mean going into an open space and saying, give me the ball. I mean really learning to communicate, anticipate what's happening on the field with their teammates, talk to each other, help each other move into certain positions. If you're an offense, attack together, tell teammates where to go, kind of look at each other's in the eyes, kind of understand what that play is going to look like and how we're going to get down and attack the goal. Encourage your players to move into certain positions. If you're on defense, kind of really help out the offense. Let them know kind of what you see. Communicate, let them know the ball's coming to them, not just kicking the ball out to them. If goalies, listen to goalies, listen to the defenders, talk about, because they can see, I was saying that the goalie has a very unique spot, because the goalie can really, if they can effectively communicate, we shouldn't see that many goal shots on us, because they can see the field from a very different angle. Goalies, we should be talking and screaming out to the field, screaming out to the defense, screaming out to the offense, really identifying what's happening in the game and really explaining this to our players so they can see it coming. So communication on all areas. Second thing is going to be awareness. And by awareness, I mean knowing when to dribble, when to pass, and when to shoot. If we get the ball in open space, we no longer want to kick the ball away. Okay, we want to wait. We want to see what opportunities we have. We want to keep our heads up. We want to dribble that ball down as far as we can down into the other side of the field. If it's a kick, we need to understand kind of how to set up that kick. Make sure we have the right spacing for that kick. And if we don't have anybody that can't dribble and you can't kick, we need to pass. So we need to figure out ways to keep our heads up and be aware of where our team is so that we can make effective passes to them. So when I say awareness, it means not just that, but also where is the ball in the field? What's the other team doing? Just because we're in a position on the field and maybe the ball's not in our area doesn't mean we shouldn't be moving, and it doesn't mean we shouldn't be getting ready to anticipate what's going to be happening as that play comes towards us. So everybody's moving, everybody's aware of not only where their team is, but also what the other team is doing. And then lastly is proper technique. And this is big, because proper technique comes a couple different ways. One is, are we passing properly? Are we just nailing the ball on a pass out to one of our players and they're not going to be able to handle it because they can't trap it properly? It's coming in too high. So make sure we're passing properly. Make sure we're shooting properly. I spent some time on a drill last night. If this is our ball, and this is something they can practice at home, I see all of our players coming up and just towing the ball. We do not want to toe the ball anymore, okay? So no toes. So I was saying in preparation for the game, just have your kid just come up, just be able to arch their foot so their toes begin to dig under the ball, okay? So the contact with the ball should be right there. The ankles should be locked. And then if we continue to draw this picture, what should be drawing that ball up is their legs. Ankles are locked, toes underneath, and their legs lift up. So if you have some time with them, try to practice that with them this week. I told the kids that were there, practice against the wall, practice against the goal if you have to, but I'd love to see some stronger kicks and proper kicks with regards to not towing the ball. From a positioning standpoint for Saturday, we are going to go to a position that has a left forward, a right forward, a mid, a left back, and a right back. Okay? So since our name is F10, this should be easy to remember because it's going to give us an X. Okay? That is how we are going to start our game. If we have to make adjustments to it, we will. But that's how we're going to start our game on Saturday. So the way we want this to work is left forwards, this is your space. Okay? Right forwards, this is your space. Mid, you get the ability to play both areas. Okay? And then left back and right back. This is key. We do not want them anywhere near our danger zone. And that's our danger zone right there. That's the spot in front of our goal box. Okay? So just because you're in two different areas of the field doesn't mean we want the other team to come down here and just kind of hang out and run right through the middle, okay? So if the ball's here, left back, right back, you should be here. Why? Because you're closing that gap. If the ball's here, left back, you should be between the ball and the goal right here, and right back, you should come over to help at the top of our goal box, our danger zone. Same thing if the ball's here. Right back, if the ball's here, you would be here, and left back would move over here. We need to shut those areas down. The key is we want to move their offense when they're coming down. It doesn't matter if you're on a forward or if you are a back or a mid. We want to move them outside. We want to keep them. So if they're coming down into our area here, if they're dribbling down into our area, okay, so let's say we have our left back, our right back, our mid, and our forwards are here and here. If they break through and they're here, right back, you want to come in and you want to box them out. We want you to drive them backwards this way. If they're here, right back, you should be here. Left back, you should be here. We want to drive them out this way. Okay, you got two options. You can either, if there's no open players to kick the ball to, then kick the ball out. If you have an open player, forwards, you should be coming back. You should be playing long passes to your forwards. So we should be able, and that goes back to the communication, understanding that right back, if you're here and you've made that tackle and your forward's here, you let this forward know. The first thing you should do is look up, see who's available. Is it my mid or is it my forward? Okay? And if that, you should call their name and be able to deliver them a long pass. Okay? So that's how I want us to play defense. Okay? Nothing gets in our danger zone. For offense. All right? Mid's going to be taking us up. Okay, we have our right forward, left forward. Mid passes you the ball. So when we line up to start the game, let me start there. So when we line up to start our game on Saturday, this is going to be our line. You're all going to be right here if we have the ball first. Okay, if we don't, then mid's going to be back here. We're going to be back a little bit so they can kick the ball in. But as we start, I want mid, kick the ball into the left forward. At this point, left forward, if there's no one here, I want you to dribble that ball down as far as you can until you have a defender on you. At this point, midfielder, you should be moving in, and right fielder, you should be moving in. So now if you're blocked here, you should be able to stop, and you should be able to make a pass into your mid. Mid, if you covered right here, which probably you will be, you have an opportunity to pass to your right. If the mid says switch, if whoever the midfielder is passes to you, and you're going down and you're stuck and you hear the word switch, that means we want you to pass the ball back to the mid, and mid is then going to try and take it the other direction so we can get further down the field. Okay? So the point is, when we're down here, we're attacking together. We should be in our triangle or nacho formation, mid, forward, forward, and we're passing until we have an open shot. And the second we have an open shot, we got to take advantage of it. Okay? If a pass is coming to you and it's too fast, you need to trap and then shoot. If it's coming slow, you can shoot without making that trap. But that's something you're going to have to keep trying and get used to knowing when to do the trap and then kick, or when to just do the kick. But the key is we want to get as many goals in, just like we did in indoor. We want to pound these goals in, and then we want to rush. All offense wants to rush the goal. Backs, when we're down here, you should be here, right at midfield. Because if we're playing this properly and goalies are telling us, hey, here's what's happening, we should not have that ball ever cross midfield. Okay? So that's how we're going to play our first half. We may change this up a little bit for the second half, depending upon how our lines go. I know from a goalie perspective, we're going to have Hayden play goalie. We're going to have Devin play goalie. And we're going to have Luke play some goalie towards the end. And then everybody else is going to be in positions on the field. So I can't wait to see you all out there. Let's have a fantastic season. It's going to be, I think, our best season ever. If you can, like I said, get out there, practice a little bit this week. And another thing too, if you get a second, maybe just take a jog around your street, or just a jog around somewhere around a field around you. The field's going to be long. We haven't played on a long field like this in a while. I know one of the things that helped us last night is we were out there kind of running around just for a little bit, getting used to it. But there's going to be there's a length. The field's going to have some length to it. So we want to make sure that you're ready for that and that you have some endurance when you get on the field. So my 2 asks of you would be to take a quick run this week, take a quick jog with either your brother or sister or someone in your family, and then practice those toes down, locked ankle kicks. Or if you don't have a goal, just practice it against the wall, just keeping your ankle locked and your toes down. So looking forward to seeing you guys on Saturday, and let's make it a great game. Take care.